want to talk to you about a guy by the name of Francis Gary Powers, who's an American pilot working for the CIA, who was also at the center of a major Cold War espionage incident after his U-2 reconnaissance plane got shot down over Soviet airspace on May 1st of 1960 near Sverdlovsk, about 850 miles east of Moscow. Now, Powers was taken to a Lubyanka prison in Moscow for interrogation by the KGB, and his trial for espionage began on August 17th of 1960. It's a pretty high-profile show. As you might imagine, it was broadcast on TV. It was attended by Powers' wife, Barbara, his parents, diplomats, journalists, and about 2,000 other spectators. Exhibits included parts of the U-2 wreckage, maps, and Powers' equipment such as emergency gear with money, gold, a poison pin for self-deletion, and a destruct mechanism for the plane which had fully failed to activate. On August 19th of 1960, Powers was convicted of espionage and sentenced to 10 years of confinement, the first 3 of which was going to be in prison, followed by 7 years in a labor camp, which is basically the Gulag. Now, he began serving his sentence at Vladimir Central Prison, about 150 miles east of Moscow, on September 9th of 1960, where he shared a cell with a Latvian political prisoner and was allowed limited privileges like reading and exercise. However, because he was special and he was part of the CIA, they weren't going to just let him rot in there, so he only ended up serving about 21 months before he was released on February 10th, 1962 in a prisoner exchange on the Glienicke Bridge in Berlin. Powers, along with an American student, Friedrich Pryor, were swapped for Soviet KGB Colonel Rudolf Abel, who had been convicted of espionage in the United States. The incident highlights the risks of aerial reconnaissance during the Cold War and definitely contributed to a temporary freeze in US and Soviet diplomacy.